Over the years, I started realizing something with investing. I am a very analytical person. I personally like to look at investing in numbers. I like to look at volatility. I like to look at diversification benefits. I like to look at Sharpe ratios. I like to look at all of those fancy numbers in order to get an edge in the market. But the longer I play with this game called investing, the more I figured out it's actually all about psychology. It's not about the numbers so much. It's all about figuring out where the mass psychology is headed. Because yes, there are very analytically driven markets, but those kind of markets tend to already be very efficient. So if you trade a large stock, right? If you trade, for example, in Tesla, then there isn't too much of an edge to be made, because there's so many people that already analyze the profit and loss statements. There are so many people that already analyze the balance sheets. And so you going in yourself, looking at those numbers, trying to get a market edge, you're probably not going to get anywhere. You're probably not going to beat the market. In other words, you have to focus on markets where the competition is comparatively weak. So where most people don't really know what they're doing. That's one of the reasons why I'm pretty strong in crypto. I spend all my time in crypto because the competition in crypto is much weaker than if I was to trade, say, the currency markets or the large cap stock markets. And because of that, because the money is made in the inefficient markets, what we have to look at is not what's fundamentally driving a certain asset. We have to look at what are the masses doing? Where is the mass psychology headed? And that's a very, very different game, right? If you're buying a meme coin, you know from the start that there's zero value in it, but you're buying it because you think you can estimate the mass psychology better. You think that you're still early and that other people will come after you so you can then sell to the greater fool. So that's an extreme example in crypto, in meme coins. But to a smaller degree, we see this with everything else as well. We see this, for example, if people currently rather want to invest in AI coins, or if they rather want to invest in DeFi, or whatever the current narrative is. Where currently the attention is where the gains are to be made. And the price of the Uniswap token or of the Aave protocol token is not going to go up just because there's maybe a higher internal rate of return of the generated fees, etc. No, the prices of those tokens go up because everybody talks about them. They go up and down simply based on attention. That's the main driver in inefficient markets. And if you want to play only with numbers, then of course you can stick with the more efficient markets. But then again, you've got the Einsteins against you. And how much can you actually win against the already smart people? It's better, especially if you don't yet bet millions and millions of dollars on a single position, to simply stay with the smaller, inefficient markets and to simply go with where the attention is. This is a way easier game to play.
Here are the videos that work on YouTube. XRP will be $12,000 guaranteed, or an AI explosion, top 3 cryptos to buy in November. A lot of pushing of greed, that's what gets the clicks. What doesn't get the click is a tutorial on how to make backtests, on how to build those sheets that in the end figure out what historically worked well in the past. The backtest that I often show here on this channel. I still very much enjoy producing this kind of content though. I also share these kinds of sheets, but I don't do it on YouTube. You also get direct access to me. Feel free to check it out. It's thebitcoinstrategy.com.
So math and data and statistics is mainly used to estimate long-term psychology. It's not used to estimate inherent values. You can also use math very well to get your own risk exposure dialed in, right? To have the right amount to bet on a single altcoin, not to overexpose yourself, that you then crush yourself with a single bet, but also to still gain enough in case the bet works out well. So yes, having a very number-driven analytical mindset helps, but it's not the main source of alpha in investing. Simply just look at the people that make money with investing. Yes, there's always the scientists that make all the money. It's not necessarily the case, right? It's the marketers that make a lot of money. It's the people that are insiders that know other people well. It's the people that network a lot. It's the people that have a big network themselves. It's the people that know many people and that help each other. So don't get too focused on what is the utility of a coin, especially during a bull market. Focus on where is currently the attention headed. Where is it currently starting to pick up, and where can I still be early at how can I potentially find out when a wave ends? Because that's potentially even the more important of the question. Of course, it's good to be early and to get a lot of the gains, but it's even more important to exit early enough that in the end you don't end up in the crash, right? A bit of lost profit isn't as bad as a lot of realized loss. So you want to be on the careful side, and especially if you're already in a rally and you think like you're maybe only midway through that rally, you're not one of the very earliest, but you also think you're not yet one of the latest, make sure that you have proper risk management in place. Make sure that you use, for example, trailing stop losses, as when the price is going up, that you adjust your stop loss, and then once the momentum slows down and the price turns around, that you exit very, very quickly. You have to be one of the first people to exit to make money in this market. It's the exit that's the hard part. It's not necessarily the entry. A lot of people become paper millionaires in a bull run. Very few people actually turn this into real gains, turn this potentially into fiat or into other investment vehicles, diversify in the end their gains. Most people are not able to do that. And that's why we've got so many losers and so few winners. On paper, a lot of people had been winners at some point, but realized winners, people that actually diversify away from their one winning position, that's rather rare. So instead of following investment channels on YouTube, instead of reading the next investment book, maybe it makes sense to also get a grip on psychology. I think Charlie Munger, one of the most successful investors of all times, he was very deep into psychology. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he also used that in his investing career. If he didn't just only look at the numbers, but if he actually also looked at where is currently the attention headed, especially in the less efficient markets where it can make most alpha. That's a very, very important driver. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Feel free to also join our Telegram channel. The link is down below. See you over there. Cheers.